everyone, welcome to AFL Kickback Live. You get to chill with me, Pom. We're going to be chatting all things AFL. We're just going to go through briefly the games. I want your feedback as well. I want you to tell me what you took out of that game. Well, games, not singular, plural. We'll talk a little bit off record about how I feel about Carlton at the minute. Lots of news filtering through, lots of injuries. And then we're going to do some little fun things. I'm going to announce we've got an AFL tipping comp that's totally free to enter with a $200 gift voucher. We've gone through our sponsors. We've got to sort out for that. So that will be free to enter. All you've got to do is be a subscriber of the channel, and we'll go through that. And a little bit of a laugh. We're going to do a group Supercoach team. I thought, you guys and girls, I'll put it up to you. We can bash out that. So I will be inviting you as well onto the chat as well. So if you do want to come ask me a question, just see this as a big fan cam type thing as well. Come in, have a cry. I'll give you a cuddle. Everything will be all right. So everything's off. A lot of talk about Jagger. We will come on to Jagger and my thoughts on the Jags. But I've got Matt Lang, Says, Jeff, Lou, Christian, Adrian, Solano. Look at that, eh? Chris Ravetto. Good day, mate. I'm good, mate. I'm always good. I agree, Rocking Jack. How you doing? Rocco, I feel you, bro. Says, hey, it's good to see. Good evening. Unai Emery's going well. He's going well, his old Rash, isn't he? Big Danny, Jack, Sid Draper. Oh, mate. Shannon, good day. Rocking Clips, Corey, Wooden Spoon, Paul, Henry. Let's get into it. So, what we're going to do is, let's see if I can get this going. Right, we should be able to. But on your screen, we should have, if I've done this right, let's do this. Share screen, display capture, add one. And there we are. Right, okay. And then if I put myself here, look at this. This is Pom working in a nutshell. Right. Okay. So that should have worked. If you look on your screen, that should be good, isn't it? Right. So what we're looking at here is we're looking at my power rankings. So to explain these power rankings to you, let me just move you guys and girls here and go back and present that, because then I can see. Present full view. There we are. So what you'll see there is my power rankings. So that power rankings there was done before any of the games played, right? So before any of the games played. That was me thinking about it and having a bit of fun. So you can see here, there's Pom's power rankings before games played. And what we'll do, right? What we'll do is, as we go through the games together, I'll give you my takeouts and see if it's changed. Because some of them, from what I've seen, have changed. I've massively changed, right? Okay? So we'll start with the first game, right? Fremantle, right? Fremantle against the legends that were the Indigenous All-Stars. Now, when I watched this game, right, I was like, okay, Fremantle looked bad, right? And I think that's fair enough. I think we all thought that. But Fremantle had a few players out, and a lot of the good players, Shai Bolton and their points of difference, were playing for them. So my brain tells me that I don't think Fremantle were that bad. Now, what do you guys and girls think in chat? Few of you don't like Geelong are there. Trust me, I can never go against Geelong. I don't like Geelong, just so everyone knows. But They're hard to look past, like with the experience. I don't think they're my favourites, though, at the minute. But what do you think? Have Fremantle, chat, let me know, Fremantle, with that game against the Indigenous All-Stars, did you worry? Fremantle was a bit mid. Do you know what I mean? I agree. I agree. Like, that's what I've done it. Collingwood's a bit high. I think they'll be all right. They've probably come down in that. Graham going bold won't make the 8. Yeah, you see, this was the one thing that got me as well, right? This is the one thing that got me. You know what I'm going to do? So I can put you back here. It's confusing me because I'm not looking at you properly. Right? There we are. That's better. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep them where they are just for now. Do you know what I mean? Just for now. I agree. They should be. The only thing I agree with Wooden Spoon, right? It still looked very samey, but I can't give an answer without Shy Bolton there. I agree, Rocking. I think they're somewhere in that middle row. That's where I've got Fremantle. In the middle row, right? So Fremantle will just move on from that. The next one's West Coast Richmond. Now, I've got a bold call here. West Coast really, really impressed me. Like, I like their movement. I thought their forward line movement looked really strong. And then I look at North, right? And I thought they were strong. We'll get on to them. I thought they were okay. I've got to do my review of them. I didn't think they were that bad. But I look at West Coast, and Optus is a tough place to go unless you're Carlton. I think they take points away from people. I think, just based on what I saw, like I agree with Jeff, scratch game. Just based on what I saw, raw execution of the basics and what they did, I'm going to move West Coast up to 15th. What do you think about that, chat? So it would look like this. Like, obviously, I know a few Carlton fans are in here, so let's not take the piss, right? But I think it will look like this after that game. Where's West Coast? What do you think? So that's what it looks like now after this game, because I thought West Coast looked all right. Watch Jack Martin kick 49, mate. Wouldn't be surprised. I've tried to put them number 1. Carlton fans don't see it. Carlton fans don't see it. If I put Geelong number 1, I'll be wrong, right? Geelong, Jack Martin doesn't kick that many, right? Doesn't kick that many, right? So as it stands, Cosmic Stars, gentleman and a scholar, you are a legend. 15th, 16th, Rocco doesn't like it. Obviously, we've still got to talk about North, and we've still got to talk about Essendon. Do you know what I mean? I don't think Essendon, just so caveat, I don't think Essendon are 16th. Spoiler. Do you know what I mean? I don't think they are. So that was my take out of the Richmond game. I thought Richmond, they're going to have a hard lesson, right? But it's okay. Now, Geelong versus Hawthorn, right? Now, on paper, Geelong are absolutely looking good, right? Looking good, right? Hawthorn, I didn't think was as bad as that scoreboard looked like. Do you know what I mean? Caveat, I have Richmond bottom, and that's no disrespect to them. No disrespect to them. Right? I have them bottom. I think it's going to be a tough year. Geelong, I thought were good, right? Were very good. What I will say in this game I found interesting, though, is I thought Geelong were very wasteful in this game. very wasteful. And that second quarter is my proof. My second quarter is my proof that I felt like they had opportunities to put that game away and they didn't. Now, I know it's a scratch game, but some of them shots they missed were types of... I thought the intensity in the first half was Premiership quality. It was AFL season quality in my heart of hearts. I don't know if you guys and girls watched it, but I thought that was as close to a real game as we've seen, right? So, I'm proposing this. I'm dropping... Thank you very much, Mrs. Pom. You are a gentleman and a scholar.
I am no such thing, good sir. I'm a lady.
Okay, well, you are a lady and a scholar.
Okay.
I think we should move Geelong down to third. And based on what I saw with Hawthorn, move Hawthorn to fifth. What do you think, chat? You wish we got Bailey Smith? Wouldn't mind Bailey Smith. He's actually quite tasty, isn't he? I agree. I think with their fixture and looking at them, they were trying new things. I think we move them down a bit. Just based on this game. Remember, this is a power ranking. This isn't the final season. It's just based on what we've seen. I think there is better teams from what we've seen. Geelong 9th. Graham, the Geelong hatred. I love it. Hook it into my veins. Hook it into my veins. Yeah. I'm going to go, right, I'm going to knock them there, okay? So it'll look like this. I wish there was an easier way to do this. This would be gross. So it's going to look, right, like this. Just for now. Just for now, it'll look like this. Where's Brisbane? So it'll look for now, just like this, right? Just like this. Just like this. That's what it looks like just for now. Just for now. Just for now. Just for now. Right? Oh, they're still in the A. I still think they're a top 4 side. Like, caveat, that's as low as I'm willing to move the Cats. Right, up next was the Suns versus Brisbane versus Collingwood. Right? Now, this one... Oh, wait. It's Collingwood... Good spot, Matt. Good spot. Good spot. Good spot. It's why I have a chat. It's why I have a chat. Why I have a chat. There you are. All right. Right. So that's what we're looking at now. So this game here, all right, I thought Gold Coast were very, very impressive. I don't know what you thought. I like Nella Dan. I really like the Crows' new logos. I really do like the Crows' new logo. I think it looks schmick. Right? My question mark on the Gold Coast remains. I don't think they do that all the time. I don't think Gold Coast do that because they were really aggressive off the back half of the ground, which is going to win them games. But against the top teams, I don't do it. I don't think they do it. But I do concede, I think that they need to be out of the third tier. I think they have to be in the second tier, right? And given what they're seeing, I don't think they're better than Fremantle, but I do think they are below Fremantle. So in that case, we put them there. We put them there. I think I'm nominating at this stage. We put them 8th. or 10th. But I think they are a worthy 8 side. If we're doing it properly, just judging it, right? So let's talk about them. We're going to move them up. Collingwood, right? I don't think Collingwood are as bad as everyone's saying, right? But I do think they need to come down from 5th. So I am proposing that just based on this, they have to be ahead of Fremantle, but they have to come down from there. Remember, we haven't gotten to GWS. We haven't gone to GWS, so we can't change them. But keep it in mind, I think Collingwood are better than Fremantle, right? On what we've seen so far. Better than Gold Coast, even though they lost. I still think you've got to give them the credit. They were away from home. And Brisbane, I think we can still keep there because I don't think there's a side better than Brisbane. And I don't think that loss to Gold Coast counts. I'll give you a caveat. Spoiler, we're getting onto them. One of them teams in the 8 has to come out. You think Lions will slip? So do you think they'll? Because I think Sayers has nailed it. I think it's deceptive, that Collingwood game. I don't think they're as bad as people think. I think they're still a top side. So I propose in this model, right? We move Collingwood to where Fremantle are, Fremantle to where Sydney are, Gold Coast to where Adelaide are, and move the others down. Because we'll get on to Sydney soon. Do you know what I mean? In the power rankings, if we're doing it based on what we've seen, with this as a model. So it would look like this. So if we do, so here we put Fremantle. So if we put Collingwood here, Gold Coast here, we move Brisbane down to 2nd because you want Brisbane changed, right? Means Port go there. It means that goes like that because we haven't talked about them yet. So Collingwood go there. What do you think? What do you think? Because we've still got to talk about other teams as we shuffle them. But we're only up to that game. So, well, yeah, I like that. I think that's probably fair. Brisbane, I don't think Brisbane have been the best side. So I think that means that we have to knock them down a little bit. All right. And then we go on to Sydney and GWS, right? And I'm going to say this. My team of this round, Sydney. Shackles are off, right? Shackles are off. Shackles are off from the horse game plan. They're playing with freedom. They're direct. They look bold. And they put the cue in the rack in the 4th quarter and they look deadly. And there's players to come back. I am proposing Sydney go to 4th. Right? So we'll have GWS. They need to come down as well. But I am suggesting number 1, Brisbane. number 2 Sydney, number 1 Brisbane, number 2 Geelong, number 3 Sydney, 4 Hawks, 5, yeah, and GWS just below the Hawks. So like this. I wish I'd stop bringing my stupid face up. I am suggesting this, right? What do you think? That's what I'm suggesting. That's what I'm suggesting. That's what I'm suggesting based on what we've seen so far, based on the original ones. You lot really don't like the Cats, do you? But they were high up. You've got to remember, they were number 1 in my original power rankings. And we've killed them. We've killed them. I think Brisbane played better than Geelong this week. I think they showed more. And they have pedigree. And obviously, the rest were higher up. And we've had to shoot Sydney up. So what do you think? I think that's fair, chat. Gav. I think there's an argument, Lou, to put them first, Sydney. I just, at this moment, don't. Do you know what I mean? But I think that's quite fair. We haven't got onto the D's yet. We're nearly there. Okay, and then the next is Crows versus Port, right? Crows versus Port. Right? And let's look at this one. I thought Adelaide were very good. I'm very well, Ryan. I hope you are. We haven't got onto North, though, my friend. Cat across the ditch. We're going to play around with their game when it gets to that. Right? Adelaide, I think, have to be here. On what we've seen, I thought Adelaide were very good. Right? And Port, I think, need to go here because I think they need to go up 1. Do you know what I mean? So put them just below here and then put the Saints here for the time being. What do you think? Put the Crows 6th. This is good fun though. It's meant to be it's meant to be hard. 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 But I think Adelaide are... You know what? I would even argue the Crows have impressed me more, but we have got teams to pull out. We have got teams to pull out, right? We have got teams to pull out of this. You've got to remember that. We've got teams to pull out, right? So we've done... we've got the Dogs and Essendon. So the Dogs and Essendon won this and the Dogs lost, right? Essendon won this, the Dogs lost, right? I would say, based on what we've seen, we go like this. And I think with the Dogs, with their injuries, they go down to about 14th. What do you think? May? What do you think with that in the power rankings? Because then we've got North Melbourne, Carlton and St Kilda to decide, right? So let's do North Melbourne. I don't think North Melbourne have got any better. I think they were impressive. And I think Melbourne were okay in that game. Hello, Samantha. How are you doing? Right. I think... Do you really think North are better than West Coast? I think North will surprise at home. But when we look at that, I don't... Would Melbourne go here, Saints go here? And then we talk about the Saints and Carlton? What do you think about that? Because with Carlton, I think based on what we've seen, you've got to do this. And I'm waiting for the hate. Because they started 6th. I think you've got to put them there at best. Right? And then if you look at St Kilda, I think St Kilda, from what we've seen, based on their starting positions, are probably there. And that's me being fair. That's me being fair. I agree, Graham. I think they're probably what I've seen. That's me being nice. I'd probably have them 10th. Based on what we've seen. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you were asking me with a gun to my head, Pom, where do they finish based on what you know? 10th. Because, I'll say this, Carlton's ball movement, just executing the basis, they were horrible. Do you know what I mean? They were horrible. So we'll have a look at that. I agree with Knackers. Like, Saints, yes, they're not sexy. Hard to break down. Do you want my honest thoughts on the Carlton game? Like, because you've all asked about... So you've all asked about... You've all asked about, like, Jagger Smith. Like, you know, honestly, I'm not worried about Jagger Smith. I'm going to be totally honest. And my love goes out to Jagger Smith. My love goes out to him, and it goes out to Andy Moritz as well, who got injured. I can't think of anything worse than being a young kid and coming into the AFL system and being a week away, right? A week away. But I get it's pre-season. I really get it's pre-season. But when we've looked at all the other sides, Hawthorn, even Essendon, even though they were taking their foot off the gas, the basic execution was very good. Was very good, right? Was very good. I think if you are totally honest about Carlton, they conceded 5 goals, kicking 15 metres out uncontested and missing targets. So that's no excuse for a lack of intensity. My worry relies in exactly why everyone's saying it's okay, don't take February into account, because we hide everything through pressure and contest, right? And when you are doing pressure and contest and you don't have pressure and contest, and it looks like that, and a team with 9 of their best 22 are out, and a team with majority first-year players easily keep hands off just by kicking it around you. Either Voss is a genius, we're incredibly arrogant and we think it'll happen in round 1, or the truth is Carlton need to have high levels of pressure and contest to finish well, which isn't sustainable. Where all the other teams we've ranked above Carlton, Adelaide hit targets, Collingwood hit targets, Hawthorn hit targets, GWS hit targets, Geelong hit targets, Sydney hit targets, Brisbane hit targets. And I don't think it's game plan, and I don't think it's structure. I think it's genuinely the calibre of player we've got, that even the kicks that did work required way too much effort for them to mark it and keep control of the ball. Saints in the third quarter didn't move. So there's my reservations on Carlton. Right? I love Graham's opinion on this, but would you say that's fair? Do you know what I mean? Because I'd also say exactly, Ben. Fremantle hit targets, even though they were shocking. Gold Coast controlled the football. Port Adelaide controlled the football. St Kilda. Yeah, but Lou, St Kilda played in the same heat and the wind. Do you know what I mean? So at this stage, it's telling me Carlton are a pressure and contest side. And that won't win games. It'll win some. You'll beat up Essendon, Eagles, North, Richmond. Potentially will beat up the Doggies. But when you play top sides that can punch on with you, you'll lose. You'll lose. Do you know what I mean? You know what, Graham? I'm with you. I'm going to put Carlton 9th. I'm going to give Fremantle a stay of execution because they played a Mickey Mouse game. I'm going to put them there. It did, but 2023, 2024, and now another year, 2025, teams have moved on. Teams have moved on. I haven't watched any football today, mate. I need to catch up. Was that the Interclub? Yeah, but Brian, it was the same conditions for St Kilda. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like, you've just got to look at the evidence. I'm not being nasty to Carlton. They could come out next year and win and be totally good. But let's be honest, it didn't look good. But love goes out to Jagger. It's horrible, and Sam Layla and players like that, like horrible things. So that's what we've got so far. So we'll do that every week, and then when the season comes in, we'll do it as well, and we'll see where we get. We'll see where we get. Everyone in chat, and if you want to come and join and ask a question, we're going to go for another 30 minutes. I'll put the link in there. The only rules is you've got to have a camera and you've got to have a mic. So I've got to be able to see you. So if you want to come and have a chat. But what is your... Did I think the structure was better? Ask your questions. Go in. Did I think Carlton's structure was better? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think it was for one quarter. But I think once Saints started playing keepy-offy, which is what most teams do to us, I think our structure fell apart. And I think we relied on a few players. So ask your questions. Free will have a hard and secure team lineup, top 4. I agree. I think Fremantle are good. I think when we're doing this exercise, Fred, though, mate, it's hard to rise them up when they got battered by Indigenous All-Stars, which it's hard to obviously give them a fair rating because they weren't playing a proper side that we can see, and they were missing key elements. Where did St Kilda? I have got them 12th, mate. I I am a closet St Kilda fan, though, evidently. Mike Mitchell, how you doing, mate? Kerno changes the game. I think, yeah, exactly. And that's my issue with the teams in the top 9, right? Brisbane don't rely on their stars. Geelong don't. Sydney don't. GWS don't. Hawks don't. Collingwood, to an extent, you could maybe argue they do. Adelaide, they don't, definitely. Fremantle don't. Carlton, it's definitely Kerno, Cripps, Harry Mackay, TDK, Wheatering. Do you know what I mean? So I think there's got to be questions. I need to see them B graders get up. What did I think of O'Keefe? I didn't really like it, I'm going to be honest. I thought you saw Harry Boyd, who's granted played a full season of Sandful. I thought he looked far ready. Far ready, I think, honestly. Who was your most impressive team in the preseason? Who was your most impressive team so far in the games? Mine was Sydney. I thought Sydney were an absolute delight to play, and I really thought they'd have a premiership hangover and they'd look. Do you know what I mean? I was really impressed by Sydney. Suns, I think that's a good point, Graham. Did you like their slingshot off the back half? I think that was really, really... I think they were the most impressive from what I've seen last year. I think that's fair, Travis. Genuinely, I think, you know the way I judge pre-season? I judge it on what you're doing in exaggeration. And I feel like Carlton are the only team that when I watched it, I didn't understand what they were trying to do. Do you know what I mean? Carlo, I agree. That's why I've shot Adelaide up. Shot Adelaide up. Melbourne were very impressive. Do you know what I mean? Melbourne were very impressive, I thought, with the players out. I did like the fact Clayton Oliver had a bit of a return to form. That was great to see as well for the game. Really good for the game. Do you know what I mean? I agree with that. Adelaide, I did like Adelaide. I did. I am indeed. Yeah, you'll see me actually on the Monday show this week, CB. And obviously I do ratings every week as well. So you'll see me doing the Carlton ratings on a Sunday. Yeah? I haven't retired. I've just taken a step back and focusing on my favourite things. Well, Graham, I think that's a good question, Graham. I said, I don't know if you watched the watch along, Graham, but I was quite honest. I thought in the second quarter, St Kilda showed great game sense, going really short, going really sharp, which then made Carlton have to chase shadows, which then really exposed Carlton's lack of structure behind the ball. So I'd agree with you. I think they really did take away Carlton's one wood. And I think, in fairness, you've got to ask yourself, though, and this is all due respect to St Kilda, should a team that the bookies have 14th, do you know what I mean? Should the bookies have them at 14th? Should they be able to do that to a top 4 side? And my answer would be pre-season, full season, whatever season you want, that shouldn't happen. That's really good. Do you know what I mean? I agree bookies are wrong, but I'm saying that going into the season, who would you say would finish higher, Carlton or Saints? You'd say Carlton. They should be able to negate that, shouldn't they? They should be able to negate that. I'm a big Saints fan. And I think the ease in which that happened, not good. Do you know what I mean? The ease in which that happened, not good. And we can say pre-season, but I still worry. Do you know what I mean? I still worry. Do you know what I mean? Oh, dear. So, yeah, that's that then. So let's get on. Let's get on to some sexy stuff, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a team super coach thing. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do before we start that, I want to do a tipping competition with you all. So me and Mrs. Pom have gone very hard here, and we've got a $200 credit card preloaded for winning our tipping competition. Okay? So if you win the tipping competition, you will instantly do it. So let me just log into it. But you will win a 200. So it's totally free to enter, no money. All you've got to do is be subscribed to the channel. So what we'll do is we'll log in. Why am I logging in as an idiot? Okay, right. There we are. Right. So I will just post the link in chat. So all you've got to do, follow this channel, and every week we'll have an update on this, and we'll bully. Probably, I'm entering it, but just so you know, I can't win it. So if in the unlikely event I win this, yeah, it'll go to second place. But I will enter it for the low. So like maybe if I win it, we'll give it to a charity, but I'd rather give it to one of you good human beings. But what we'll do is I am sending the code now. Right. And we will send it in. So AFL, next step, tipping. So this is the link. Get ready. Do I have aircon in that room, mate? Fucking don't know how rich you think I am, kidder. I don't know how rich you think I am. There we are. I've just put it in chat in the footy tips. And what I'll do is I'll post it on the socials as well. But totally free to enter. You know what? Fuck it. We'll do 200 for the winner. Second place, we'll give 100. You know what I mean? So 200 for the winner, 100 for second place. Right. And we'll have a little bit of fun. Right? We'll have a bit of fun. So I agree. So we'll have a bit of fun. $2 Blues, clearly overrated Blues. I think that's a fair comment. Right? And then what we're going to do is we'll create a super coach league, and I'll post that a bit later so I'm not wasting time. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a team, right? This is going to be our Monday show. I mean, what day are we? Sunday. Our Sunday show, Team Pom in Oz, right? And we are going to have a little bit of fun with it. So what we'll do, unfortunately, it's asking me what team I support, and I don't want to admit that I support. Right. So what we'll do, here you are. Hey, how good was West Ham last night? Yeah, go on then. Fuck it. We'll do it. So what we'll do is, how good was watching West Ham? To be honest, I am a big West Ham lover, to be fair. I do like watching a bit of West Ham. What have I done here? Dan, why have you forgotten how to live stream? Are you okay, mate? You all right? Here we are. So this is going to be our team, right? We're all coaches of this team, and we'll see how far this goes. And you know what? Right? Everyone who's in chat now, what we'll do is, if we win it, we'll just split the money. I'm Manchester United as well, mate. I nearly had the worst night ever. My team lost to St Kilda, right? And then guess what happens? Man United nearly lost. Like, you don't want my life. You don't want my life. You know what I mean? My whole world's crumbling around. You know what? I did actually say to one of my mates the other day, the best thing in the world about being married and having kids and being settled down is you don't make as many fuck-ups as you did when you were young, obviously. But what is really nice is the teams that I support just remind me of how much I can make a bad decision. How much I can do it. So, there we are. Who do I think finishes higher? Blues or the Hawks? Hawks. And don't ask me Carlton question. I think the Hawks will finish higher. Okay, so let's go back line. I agree with Jack. Are we just going all in on the Shees? All in on the Shees? You know what? Generally, what I think it is, I think it's 4 weeks of learning. You know what I do, right? When my pop used to teach football, right? Even though I was a striker, he would make us run 3 laps and then do short passes. And if the person in front of you had to move, you had to do another lap. So you learn to always be perfect. Not near enough is good enough. Perfect is good enough. And do that. Well, I mean, my first game was when I was 5, so that's 1990 season. So United weren't as good as they are now, right? They were like 5th, 6th, 7th. Obviously, it paid off good. I'm with the chat. Shees and Wang. I'm happy with that. So we'll go Shees and Wanganeen. Where is Wanganeen? There he is. Legend. Can't wait to see you all. He was, yeah, 3 years prior. So there's the chat room chat. So who else are we throwing in here? Holmes. Max Holmes. You know what? 533, that's not bad. We have spent 1.2 million. We got 1.2 million in defenders. Have I lost faith in Carlton making top 4? Not really. I'm panicking now, though. I'm going to be honest. But it can still happen. I'll panic halfway through round 2. I agree. I like the home shout. Kitty Coleman. When's he due back? When's he... McKercher, I like that shout. Travella, I think rookie. He's a rookie, isn't he, in this? He'll be like dirt cheap, won't he? How much is Trav? 172. We're getting him in. Because he can go on the bench. Sure, I don't mind that because he'll get a lot of the ball off halfback, won't he? Sad El Alawi, he would be a good cheap option. Bo Allen, I love this shout. Zach Reed impressed me. Reed and Allen. Let's get a bit of the Bo dog. I think the bench option he might play. Moo Cowan. I don't mind Cowan actually. What's Cowan's scores in? So 61. He's a lot of money though, isn't he? 329k. Matt Roberts is a great shout. Callum Mills. How cheap is Callum Mills? For 357, I'm with you. I'm with you. How much is Roberts? 434. 50k though for a guy that has played a lot of games. Yeah, but I agree with my esteemed colleague here, Kai. It's an old man's rehab. Like, Mills will be right round 2. Who else? Connor O'Sullivan? I don't mind someone... Like, look, We want to load up midfield, don't we? But I genuinely think defence. Who's a good midi? Who are you backing in? James Leake. I liked him in the draft, and I am a Tasmanian sucker. I don't mind Leake, chat. You know what? I'm going to make an executive decision because he's my mate. I'm going to have Alex Chincotta in there. Okay, mids. Who are we going with? Who are we going with mids? Much love, Anthony. Jaden Short, Bice. Does Howie, is he actually in here? Bon and Oliver. Sid Draper. Yeah, you know what? Drapes is coming in. Bon, I like Bon and Will Day. Starter has impressed me. I agree. You know what? We've got to put McRae in. Is he forward in this? LDU. Kennedy, I don't mind that. Oliver, Levi Ashcroft. You know what? A lot of you are saying Levi. He's only 185. I think Will Day, he was so impressive in pre-season. You know what? He can be our first. Peatling, I do like the Peatling shout. I feel like we need another primo there, chat. Hayden Young, great call. Okay, let's bring Oliver in. We'll ride the Oliver trade. 450 is good. Caleb Daniel, I like it. Tim Taranto. Hey, Henry V, I don't mind that shout. I reckon he'll be good. Shai Bolton, he would be a great forward. Okay, Caleb Daniel. Caleb Daniel and Bolton. I am putting Bolton there. He's going to be electric. Hayden Young. Go on then. Could we afford Nick Dacos in that midfield? Because we have gone cheapers. We could. Sanders. I like that shout. He's quite expensive. What are the cheapies in the mids? I've got Nick in. Jerry in the ruck I do like. Harvey Langford. Another cheapie. Another cheapie, chat. Cooper Lord. Oh. Where are they playing Garcia? Okay, right. I'm going to go Lord because he's my boy. And we'll go Garcia here because he is ridiculous. Okay, Ruggs. Yeah, we'll play around with it. We'll play around with it, King Cheese. Ruggs, who are we going with? Max Hall, forward. I like the way that we've just like literally now burnt money and gone. Jerry. I agree with Jerry. You know what? I think to save money here, we go Boyd. Because we've got 894, so we could still do this. Connor Stone in the forward line. You know what? This actually looks quite a strong team, chat. Because look, we've got 774. We've got Jerry, Boyd. They're proper rucks. So the next ruck you could put me in. Because Rankine. Yeah, but we've got cash, chat. Like, we've got 700 and we need 4 players. I like Sam Powell Pepper. How much is Burn Jones? Because he scored goals. Keiko, he's a shout. We got our rookie. You know what? If we did Francis, you see, if we get Francis, we're going to have to sell money. Like Parker, we could get in. And then if we look at the lowest value, what's the lowest value? We haven't got Sam Powell Pepper. Matt Flynn. How much is Matt Flynn? Because at the moment we've got 281, which we're going to have to kill someone, aren't we? Because look, here, we have 19k, so we have to kill someone. Like, if we did this and we just went Aiden Riddle and screwed it up, we'd have 182. Because I'm guessing if we did this, that would be the team. If we do what you wanted, chat. Get rid of Hayden Young. Really? I think that's a fairly strong team, chat. If you look at that, Shazel, Wanganeen, Holmes, Mills, Allen, Travella, Leake, Chincotta, Sid Draper, Bontempelli, Nick Dacos, Harvey Langford, Will Day, Levi Ashcroft, Startus, Peatling, Oliver, Young, Lord, Boyd, Sherry, Riddle we don't care about, Keiko, Stone, Hall. Who would you kill in that forward line? What do you think? If we killed Max Hall, you guys wanted what? Sam Davidson? I do agree. I think we've got way too much sides. I don't think we can kill Alex Pomcotter. I think I think we've got to keep Pomcotter just because he's the boy. You know what I mean? He doesn't get games, but I'm happy to spend 260k just keeping him there for bants. 2 primo rucks. Max Hall for Joe Berry or Elijah Hewitt. We haven't got Joe Berry in the team. We haven't got Rankine, have we? No, we haven't. We haven't got Rankine. Our most expensive forward, chat, is Shai Bolton. Get rid of Lord and turn him into who? Okay, so if we got TDK in, okay, so we need to kill another expensive. So if we got rid of McRae for a cheaper forward. Okay, look, we'll get rid of him. We'll get rid of him because you're all hating him. Okay, so right now, we'd have 500k. Neil Erasmus. You see, I think Hugo Garcia. You see, okay, Shy Bolton. So if we got rid of Shy Bolton, right, and then let's do what you guys wanted, right? Everyone's wanting Bailey Smith in the same. We've got 400k to use on a mid and a forward. So Sam Powell-Pepper's getting a lot of love. I agree with Elijah Hewitt. His preseason was good. And Nathan O'Driscoll, I don't mind that shout. I think you might have actually fixed it. I think that's strong. What do you think, chat? Got 92 in the bank. Jason Horne-Francis. Who would you have, though? Because Horne-Francis, he's mid-forward. I mean, could we... 537. We'd have to kill... Okay, so if we brought Jason Horne-Francis in... We've got Hayden Young, haven't we? We've got Hayden Young. Because then we've got 287, so we can bring... So we just need a reserve forward. I agree with Berry. So that would be 147. So if we killed Peatling because people don't like him, that's 500k. I think Peatling, I think Peatling's a slow burn, but I think he'll score. But we have got 500k if we wanted. Because remember, Nick Dacos is there. So we've got Nick Dacos, Bon. Give us a mid-chat. Who are you hot on? Who are you hot on? From scorers last year, who were the high? Will Setfield's there. We got Draper. Oh, Saligo. His pre-season was good. I don't mind the Rosie shout. Can we buy him? We can't. Saligo? Okay, if we brought Saligo in, I think that's the team. Look, if that's the team, right, and then we... That is a very strong team, because we've got lots of rotation as well in this team. I think that's solid. I think that's solid, chat. Well, there you are. Right, well, that is all we've got time for. All right, make sure you hit that like. I'll create a league for us to all play in as well, and we can play against this team. We'll do a selection every week as well. moving forward, this show, I really would like your involvement so you can come in and have a chat. So make sure I'll put the link up next week in the promo so you can get yourself ready. Make sure you've got your camera on and we'll come and have a chat about footy. So how I want to structure this show is we do that, right? We do the power rankings together, brief surmise of all the games, and then we'll move on to the fun stuff and kick back and chat. So thank you very much, everyone. Tomorrow, you have the North Review, right? You have the North Review. Remember that. You have the North Review that I've got to do. And then I promise... Oh, and then you've got the Roundup of the Week. So you have the usual Friday show. So make sure you tune in. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I love you all to pieces. Lots of live, lots of content coming. You see, I'm pretty much on 7 days a week. So hope to see you for the mid-season, midweek live watch-along as well. We've got, it's the Richmond game, isn't it? I promised you. So that should be good. Let's have a look what I said. It's the pre-season games, isn't it? We are live for Richmond Collingwood Wednesday, 7 o'clock. So come down there, chat, and I'll see you then. But until next time, peace, love, and light. Pom out.